communities, heritage groups and volunteers across Clare are being encouraged to get involved as registration opens for the National Heritage Week 2026. It runs from August 15th until the 23rd. This year's theme, which is Heritage at Risk, shines a spotlight on the importance of protecting Ireland's built, cultural and natural heritage for future generations, from historic buildings and landscapes to folklore, language and traditional skills. Clare hosted more than 100 events during last year's festival, highlighting the growing public interest in celebrating our local heritage. And joining us now to speak more about this year's programme and how communities can get involved is Ronan Healy. He is the National Heritage Week Programme Manager. Ronan, good morning to you. You're looking forward to another big one, no doubt.
Good morning, Derek. Yes, we are. We're very excited about National Heritage Week again this year. We had a record number of events last year with over 2,500 events, and we're very hopeful that we'll have the same again this year, if not better. So momentum is building. As you mentioned, we have the website heritageweek.ie now open for event entries, and we've already received entries already. So momentum is building up to August 15th.
Yeah, does that kind of give you a sense that people are maybe becoming more aware of their heritage and maybe the need to highlight and protect it?
Definitely. I think a lot's happening on the ground. You have every local authority, including Clare County Council, there you have the Heritage and Biodiversity Officer, and they're helping people raise awareness of, people might think of just the built heritage as associated with heritage, but there's also their cultural heritage and your natural heritage as well. So communities are starting to become aware, and also with the availability of a lot of grants now for community groups to manage, to be custodians of heritage properties or heritage practices or natural heritage. People are starting to get really involved in their heritage, and part of that is National Heritage Week, because it's really the showcase for people that are working or doing community groups working in heritage, to get to show off what they're working at or what they're working on and share with the community. Because you might live in a community where you might not be aware of the heritage in your area, but Heritage Week is a great opportunity to explore that, and definitely people are becoming more aware of it.
Yeah, and that element of the volunteer and the community group, I suppose, because it's maybe self-fulfilling in a lot of ways. You look after your own local heritage, it's there for more to carry on and will hopefully never be lost.
Exactly. So, like, the community groups are the backbone of National Heritage Week. It's exciting for me because I start out the year and I'm not sure how many events we're going to have. So I wait to see what the events come in. I'm always surprised. So, and the majority of event organisers, like, they are, what you would expect, museums and charities and NGOs and local authorities, but also community groups really are the backbone individual of heritage, and they're sharing their local heritage, sharing with community, and it's great to see because it really deserves to be highlighted, and it's one of the strengths of Heritage Week. Like, as I said, we've over 2,500 events across the country, but you'll see that a lot of events are in local parishes, local communities. They're really dispersed around the country. And as you said, over 100 events in Clare last year. You wouldn't have to travel far to find an event from your home. So it's a great showcase for people's own local community.
Do you find it's the type of thing that maybe more rural communities are more invested in, or is there an even spread across the rural-urban thing?
You would see a greater number of events in rural areas and in rural counties, but then there is more events in there is a good number of events in urban areas. But as you might imagine, urban areas you might have more museums and places like that organising events. I suppose in some rural areas the heritage is more obvious. You'll see your medieval churches or your castles or tower houses around, and people tend to want to adopt them and manage them, whereas that's less obvious in urban areas. But in urban areas you might see more aspects of natural heritage, people very working on their natural heritage in terms of there might be local lakes or parks that they want to take care of. So it's a real mix, and it's the great thing about it is, like, you'll always be surprised at what sort of events take place in different areas.
Fantastic. So if there is a community group out there this morning that wants to add to the 106 events that was in Clare last year, I think that's somewhere around a 16% increase. So maybe that'll even go up further in 2026. If they want to get involved, if they want to find out more, how can they do that?
Yes, so Derek, just check out heritageweek.ie. So as I said, event entries are open now, and we welcome entries from all groups and participants and community groups. You don't have to be involved in a heritage project to take part in Heritage Week. So, for example, if you're take part in lace making or knitting or something you might not think is heritage, there's an aspect there under the theme of Heritage at Risk that you could take part in National Heritage Week. So heritageweek.ie for everything.
Fantastic stuff, Ronan. Thanks so much for taking the time to have a chat with us, and the best of luck with it.
Thank you very much, Derek. Take care.
That is Ronan Healy. He's National Heritage Week Programme Manager.